Hello everyone, my name is Juan Ochoa and I'm the Coordinator of Faculty Initiatives at the Office of Community Engagement. Welcome to the 7th week of our 10-part coffee break series. Last week, we reviewed the development of a service learning course. If you missed that video, I recommend you go back and watch. I would also like to remind everyone that after every video, there will be a very short survey. Complete at least 6 surveys and OCE will email you a certificate of professional development. This week, we'll be talking about community-based research. We will cover what community-based research is, why conduct community-based research, and we'll talk about some key principles and considerations for this type of research. There's a lot to discuss, so let's get started. Okay, let's first discuss what is community-based research. And CBR is a collaborative type of research in which members of the community are treated as co-researchers throughout the entire research process. Community research partners are involved at every stage of the research, from the design to the implementation of the research project. The goal of the research is not only to create knowledge, but to use this knowledge for action and social change within that community. In addition, community-based research respects community wisdom and distributes findings in a way that is accessible to the entire community. So, why should we conduct community-based research? For faculty, there are some obvious reasons to conduct this type of research. It is an avenue to apply high-impact practices in your class. It can serve as an interdisciplinary approach to bring together teaching, research, and the community. And it can help you collect data, write a report, and get published. But it can be even more impactful for the community. Community members can often feel disconnected from traditional research. Researchers come into a community, collect data, and may never see the community members again. Oftentimes, the findings from this research do not reach the community or do not seem to have a positive impact in the community. Community-based research involves community partners at every stage of the research project. Community members who are active participants of the research process are likely to be more invested in the project. In addition, community-based research is conducted in a way that the knowledge created will turn into some sort of action. This is a very important aspect of community-based research. Community members do not want to feel disconnected or used by researchers. Instead, by involving community members as co-researchers, you will build trust by working together through the duration of the study and create something meaningful with these research findings. Okay, let's review some key principles of community-based research. First, we need to understand that community-based research is not a research method or a study design. Instead, it is an approach intended to give the community authority in the research project. With that being said, the first key principle is research needs need to be co-identified by the community. As mentioned, you want the community to be highly involved in this research project. And the research project is intended to contribute to public good. Understanding what it is that the community needs and how to build on existing strengths and resources will allow for a more impactful project and a more committed community partner. Secondly, partners should always be equally involved in the project. The combination of community and university wisdom will lead to a more successful project. Both partners have a lot to share, so be sure to actively promote co-learning among the research partners. Also, be sure to share the key findings in a way that is accessible to the community. While you might plan to get published in a prestigious journal, the community will likely not have access to it. Instead, disseminate your findings in more accessible ways like social media campaigns, flyers, or community center meetings. Let's talk about some considerations you should make before beginning your community-based research project. Having these considerations in mind will help you create a more effective research project. The first thing you should consider is the time and institutional commitment that is available for your research project. Ask yourself questions like, how does community-based research align with undergraduate or graduate curriculum? How does community-based research align with your university, departmental, or RPT objectives? What internal resources do you need to assist your community-based research project? Keep in mind that you might need funds to hire student assistants, evaluation or assessment consultants, or materials to conduct the research. Another consideration is the short-term and long-term vision for your project. Allocate enough time to start your project, because finding the right partner, agreeing on a research topic, finding the funding to implement your project can all take more time than anticipated. If you plan to bring in student researchers to this project, think about the realities of student involvement and their ability to commit to the entire project. Students might be able to commit 1 or maybe 2 semesters to this effort, so be sure to keep that in mind. Lastly, think about how research design can be flexible to an ever-changing community and organizational needs. The last consideration I want to highlight is your commitment to the community partner. As mentioned, the community will be more invested in the project if they are brought on as co-researchers and if the knowledge gained will benefit the community. So immerse yourself in the community. Be sure to spend time and understand the issues, the resources, and the role of the organization in the community. Be sure to talk to your community research partner about a timeline for the project and share any details you propose that can benefit the project, but always be sure to keep the door open for feedback and changes. Also talk about the best way to communicate between you and your community partner. We want to emphasize that the researchers and the community partners may work through completely different schedules, so be open and flexible to suit both partners. This short copy break was just an introduction to community-based research. If you would like to learn more about community-based research from CSUSB faculty experts, we encourage you to join Faculty Center for Excellence High Impact Practice Certificate on Impactful Service. We have developed a workshop named Community-Based Research, Engage to Make Change. We will dive deeper into community-based research topics, and we will invite CSUSB faculty experts to share their experiences, their success stories, and their tips for effective community-based research projects. I would also like to remind everyone that OCE offers the Community-Based Research Mini Grant for faculty interested in building a community-based research project. This grant offers faculty up to $5,000, and you can apply through the link in the description below. If you have any questions about community-based research, please email me at fon.ochoa@csusb.edu. I would like to remind you to take the quick survey. The link is listed below. Thank you for joining this coffee break, and join us next week for an introduction of making the most of your time in community university partnerships. Thank you, and see you next week.